just so the timing's right, even though we're switching over to the. Oh, actually, well, since we're switching over, all right, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ponder with Sonder. It's your boy Sonder and your co-host Dante. How are you doing this week, Dante?
I'm pretty good, but I thought I was your co-host. Nigga say your co-host. I'm everybody's co-host. I am the
Yeah, that's
co-host.
what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I was talking to the viewer, your co-host.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody got a stream out there, just comment under this video if he ever uploads it, and I will be your co-host too. So just let me know.
All right. So, how's everything been, bro?
Bro, if I told you, you'd be like, damn, really? But if I told you where I wanted to be, you'd be like, no way. So I'm not even gonna say it. You dig?
Is that good? Is that good
It's
or
that
bad?
it's that good, nigga. What the fuck you mean? I said if I told you, you'd be like, damn. You know, like Friday,
Yeah, I
damn.
didn't know it was Friday. Damn, I thought it was something
Yeah,
like
my
damn.
bad. I gotta put it in movie references. So it's the
Yeah,
Friday, damn, right? But if I
yeah.
told you where I wanted to be, you'd be like, no way, my nigga. I don't know another movie reference to compare it, but you'd be
I
like,
feel you.
get the fuck out of here. So like, since you can't go damn for both, I ain't even gonna tell you.
All right, so we'll keep it as an unknown as long as it's good, bro. That's all that matters.
Uh, it's it's the only type of good there is out there. That's all I'll say.
These fucking you're not gonna say the fuck it is. Don't give a whole bunch of cryptic messages
Listen,
on.
somebody will figure it out. If we ever get listeners, they'll figure it out. They'll be like, I know what this nigga talking about. Come on, bro.
Yeah, all right.
You gotta
So
ponder, my nigga. You ponder, and you be sondering. So you believe I'm a real person, right? I'm not a fucking robot or a dream character.
yeah, I believe
Bro, you know, you might be on an acid trip right now, and I'm just one of them motherfuckers you think exist. But as soon as you
it.
hang up, nigga, I turn back into squiggly lines and shit.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But you've been have you been seeing what's going on in the stock market lately?
Nigga, I am the stock market. You dig? So of
Really?
course I saw they tried to shut us down in Robinhood. You know, I got my boss into stocks, right? So this
Mm-hmm.
nigga calls me in the morning, evening, afternoon, like just all the time, right? So but he started texting me more. I guess he could figure out, or he knows that I'm not really much of a talker on the phone type of nigga, so or whatever, right? So he texts me about AMC. He's like, yo, AMC, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, AMC is one I would throw some money into just because I love it. You know what I mean? Like, we've
That's
gone
what I
to the
did.
movies a bunch. Wait, say it again?
I said that's what I did.
Oh, how much you throwing?
About like three, 400 in AMC.
You see, before I even get full, like, before I get started on the story, you know what?
Okay.
Scrap the story. Fuck the story. I told you to hit me up when you had some money to invest, my nigga. Like, you ain't hit me up. You
wait,
threw it
wait,
in
wait, wait,
AMC.
when did you tell me that? I probably forgot. I'm not gonna lie. I probably forgot.
Write it down, nigga. Get a tattoo of it. When you got money to invest, just ask me my opinion on some shit. Like, what would you do with X amount and why? Like, try to learn from a nigga. I ain't the most knowledgeable by a long shot, but I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been thinking about it a lot, type of shit. And you know, I was in the same boat as you were um not too long ago, where I only had a couple $100. You throw it into something and it may turn into a couple more $100 type of shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
anyway, so let's just talk about AMC. Fuck it. You know, anything else is irrelevant.
yeah.
That's like, I feel like that's the people's stock, because when everybody found out about it, GameStop was already $300-400. So like AMC was affordable. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw when it was up. The only time I saw it was when it was up at like 200-300. So I was like, it don't make sense to invest in that shit now.
Exactly. So tell me your story. How has it been for you? Where'd you get in and where are you now?
I got in, unfortunately, at like 13. But like as it was going down, I put like small increments of investments, like as it was going down, so that when it comes back up, at least I have like some positive shit from a lower price that I could get when it bounces back up. And since I knew like AMC was kind of long term, since eventually they're gonna be putting measures in place and opening back up at the end of the month, supposedly, and supposedly getting more customers and all that. And I've also been in the Wall Street's Bets subreddit. I've been looking at watching the memes there, and everybody there has still been holding. So far, I've just been sitting on like the 300-400 in AMC until it goes back up. So I'm gonna be watching that, and I got my other shit diversified into like small things and day trading shit that I was doing before. But other than that, that's where I got my biggest toe dipped in so far.
Okay. So I got in at 1588. Right.
15?
1588. Yeah, absolutely. So this was when it was on the way down from like 20 or whatever the peak was. It was going down. So I'm thinking like, okay, dip down a little bit. That's normal. And the stocks was talking about it. Hello?
Yeah, you were just cut it out like.
I'll start over real quick. So everybody was talking about it. I got in at 1588. And I'm like, the hype on this is fucking unreal. And I love AMC. Like I started to say before, you know what I mean? We went together. I've gone a lot. Like I just would not want that shit to die. So I threw money in and instantly it went down. I'm like, okay. People are like, oh, the short squeeze is coming. The same thing that happened with GameStop. It's coming. It went down some more. Okay, well then don't worry about it. If we finish over a certain amount by the end of the week, the short squeeze, the short sellers will have to put money into it, so it's gonna skyrocket. Okay, we finished over that. It went down some more. I'm like, okay. They're like, just hold the line. They gotta pay up by Wednesday, Thursday the latest. Thursday roll around. Listen, if we finish by Friday next week, I said, hold on. Them niggas must think I'm dumb. I sold that motherfucker.
Oh, you sold, nigga? You gotta have diamond hands, nigga.
Listen,
you gotta have diamond hands, nigga. That was some paper hand shit, nigga. Damn. How you gonna sell like that?
See what the problem is? And God, I wish I could say, but there's something going on, and it ain't Robin Hood's fault. I'll just say that. It's something. I feel like there's a bunch of smart motherfuckers who realize like we gotta pump these dumbasses up. We gotta keep them up. We gotta keep them invested. We gotta make our exit while everyone else is entering, so that way it don't look that crazy. All the big players exited that motherfucker. Believe it or not, it's a fucking conspiracy, and they got niggas holding the bag. No, it's not paper hands. For me, it's plastic hands for you because you're holding a fucking bag, and I guarantee you that shit will never pop up again. Like it's just the way they kept pushing the goalposts. I was in the subreddits, Wall Street Bets, Wall Street Bets New, Wall Street Bets Elite. I joined one of the discords for like Wall Street Bets New. I'm listening to these motherfuckers talk. I'm watching them. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's fucking retarded, calling themselves apes and retards and all types of shit. Like that shit is funny, right? But they're basically like, I don't know, they're celebrating the fact that they're being retarded. Like if you really slow down and stop laughing for a second, it's like, hold on, if I'm holding this, I am a retard too. Like, and that shit ain't funny to me. Like that's one of my fears, like that I'm retarded and nobody's telling me. I can't really, I don't know what that fear is, but like
that
I got
it's
that.
like, from what I understand, is that subreddit had that type of vocabulary, calling each other retards and apes and fucking autists before that. But I guess that's just that terminology there. I don't think that, because they definitely said, like when I joined that shit, they were like, oh well, this shit, it's been like this. It hasn't just became motherfuckers talk like this, and their whole like the whole Wall Street bets thing is like they have enough money in there where if they lose it, it's not gonna hurt them. So like they have like this thing on there. It's called lost porns, where they were just like fucking just show a bunch of shit of them losing shit. Like I saw a couple of accounts was down like 8,000, 20,000, 50,000, shit like that. And they're like, you know what? I'm still gonna fucking hold. I'm still gonna hold. And I see what you mean about like, you know, not the stock coming back up. I still think the AMC is gonna pop back up because I'm like people like going to the movie theaters. Like nigga, before like people could still watch shit at home. Like even before the shutdown, there was still people watching shit at home. It's just more people are doing it now because of the shutdown. So once stuff starts getting lifted and more precautions are still getting put in place, I'm pretty sure people are going to still be going back just because of the experience. GME, on the other hand, that's a dying thing, bro. You can buy the game straight off your console, so like I don't really see that bouncing back. I'm upset that I missed the pump on that shit. I am because I could have made it. I had enough money at the time. I could have made a substantial amount back, but you know, you can't cry over spilled milk. So I still believe in AMC popping back up. So that's where I'm gonna be holding my shit. If I'm holding the bag, I'll be holding the bag until I hit zero. But for now, I'm keeping my shit in there.
Spoken like a true retard. Like, like I could say no more than I agree, bro. You realize
that'd be very offensive to our mentally incapacitated viewers. They need to be sensitive to our.
Those are the only viewers we got, so I apologize to any viewers. Even though y'all can't see shit on this motherfucker, except for you know, like my name and his name. Why y'all watching it? I don't know, but listen, that shit they got me. I'm not afraid to admit. See, like here's part of the problem. Nobody knows what's going on, so like you could say anything and it sound good, and motherfuckers will go along with it because they still want to believe in the movement. Two, people don't want to admit when they fucked up and they're wrong. Like that's hurting motherfuckers. That lost porn you were talking about, I've seen over 1 million. I've seen hundreds of thousands. Like that lost porn, motherfuckers is like, oh, I could have paid off my student debt. I could have done this. I could have done that. But they bought into it too, and it's sad because, like, whether you want to admit it or not, the reason why everybody got in is because they thought they could make some quick money. Can you admit that at least, or did you get true. Just to be a retard?
That's definitely true.
Okay, so, that's really how it's funny because like that's how the stock market works. You can make a shitload of money if you pick the right stocks. However, it's never been a movement like this where motherfuckers are telling you to hold and telling you if you sell, you're a fucking paper-handed bitch. You know what I mean? Like, shit is unique. You just got to make the right decisions for yourself. And the fact that you joined the crowd, and I told my bosses, because I told him I sold, he was like, you paper hand motherfucker. I was like, listen. Most of the people in the world are broke and dumb. I'm like, you're not broke. I didn't say he wasn't dumb, but you know what I mean? Motherfucker he's not broke. So it's like, if you want to follow the majority of broke motherfuckers, of course, you're going to wind up broke. You keep putting your money into these stocks that people are telling you to buy for sure, telling you to hold, shaming you for not. It's like they're doing that shit for a reason. And like I said, most people are fucking, you don't want to follow the majority of motherfuckers. I got swept up. I followed the majority of motherfuckers, and guess what? I cut my goddamn losses, and I'm out that bitch. And I'm going to find something that I believe in that I'm telling me to get into that makes more sense for me, and I guarantee that shit going to pop. Like, the way the stock market is jumping, bro, you have no idea. Like, I got into a stock at $2. It's at 11. I got into a stock at 88 cents. It's at $2. You know, like, I'm getting into stocks where, like, I'm getting 3x, 4x, 5x. It's out there. That shit is real. And there's not anyone telling me to buy the shit. There's just people like, do your own research. This is a company I'm investing in. Like, the more casual approach to helping people investing, and like it's legit helping people. You know what I mean? Like it's out there, but it ain't with AMC. I would say if you got any money left, if it was me, I would take that motherfucker out of AMC, put it somewhere else that could 5x. Like my boss got into a stock, right? And he asked me about the stock, and I believe the stock was on my watch list, right? Friday, it went up 125%. So think about your current return for AMC, which is probably negative 60 or negative 40%, let's say, versus positive 120%. You would have doubled your shit and got a quarter more. That's just in the last trading day. So it went up. But in the last week, it went up 368%. That's more than 3.5 times. So let's say you put $300, right? So you would have had over 1,000 right now. Well over 1,000 right now. So, but you've decided to go with AMC. But I could have gotten that motherfucker too, right? I had it on my list. I knew about it. My boss asked me about it. He asked me about every stock before he. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I didn't get in, but it's like I should have paid more attention to that versus jumping in on AMC. So like it's a lesson learned. And hopefully at some point you realize, like, damn, I got duped. It might take you another month, but when the squeeze don't come, you'll be like, you know what? I got squoze. And that's how I feel about that shit. We got squoze.
Hey, all right, so how I feel about it is like, if I get squeezed, I get squeezed. With everybody, like, including, like, the people who are saying to push, like the stock itself. At the same time, they're like, don't invest. Nobody invests. And I know a lot of people didn't take the advice because I saw it on the thread that they were like, oh, yeah, I'm putting my life savings in this bitch, which was that was retarded. But they were like, if you don't have enough money, like if you can't picture that money, all of the money that you put in the account into that stock gone, like if you can't live with it all gone, then you shouldn't be investing in it. So I put enough where I can invest in it, where if it was gone, it's not really going to affect me that much. So,
but it is affecting you. It is affecting you. You just don't know it because, bro.
But I can lose that money. That's the thing. I can lose that money. It's not going to hurt me if it loses the money. All right, maybe I lose the money. Okay. But it's not going to affect me in a way where, oh, damn, I can't pay this shit. Damn, I can't feed myself or some shit. Like, yeah. I'm a little bit okay with losing a few $100s, but I doubt it's going to clear the whole. I highly doubt it's going to clear the whole amount that I put in there at the price I put it in there.
Okay.
But other things, I am a little diversified. I'm a little bit more like some of my shit is a little long term. I was honestly about to open a Robinhood account, but then I remembered I had a Webull, but they were like, oh, the shit isn't gonna process until like Monday anyway. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it next week. I was gonna fund my account, next week, and I was gonna get into a few other things, see what I can do on Webull. But that's what I've been doing with the stock.
Okay, so here, it may not be hurting you, but it ain't helping you. Yeah. So like I'll put it simply, like I started off, I could only put a certain amount into, and then I doubled that, and then tripled that, and then quadrupled that. So it's like now, I'm by no means like a big player, but it's like had I made the wrong decisions time and time again, I would have not had more money to play with. Now I got a little bit more to play with, more than I would be able to invest at one time, I'll say. So like for me, I don't ever have to, well, I mean, I would not want to play it this way, but like, let's say I never had any more money to put into the stock market. It's okay because I could take everything out of one stock and put it into something else. But if you only got $200 and you're just passing $200 around, it's like, and you're picking bad stocks, it's like that 200 is gonna go to 20.
Yeah,
so like
I see what you mean.
And you wouldn't be able to get into two stocks significantly at once. You wouldn't be able to get one, but if let's say you had two you really wanted, and you had 200, and you put 100, it's like that's not really where you want to be. I told you this before. I put everything in a Tesla. You saw how Tesla ran. Like that shit was fucking bananas. You got to pick them stocks that everybody's thinking is on the move. Like I'll give you an example. Neo. I just got out of Neo, right? But I forgot where I bought in. Let's say I
Nokia?
bought in at no
What's
Neo.
that?
It's like the
What's
Chinese
Neo?
version of Tesla. So what I
Oh,
did was, right. Let's say I turned 100 into 2,000 with Tesla, right? I took away 1,000 from Tesla, put it into Neo. I say that 1,000 turned into 3,000. I took that 3,000 and I put it into something else. Like that's how I made my little bit of cash by picking good stocks, taking my time, letting it ride, and then when I see something I feel like is better, I put it in that. And like I feel like, man, you really got to take your time with this shit. You could diversify, right? Diversifying is the normal way of doing things. That's how most people do it. They put into 10 different stocks. That's what my boss is doing. But I told him, like, yo, bro, you're not going to make a significant return. Like, I've been in this motherfucker. I'm not an expert, like I told you, but it's like putting everything into Tesla, quadruple my shit. Put everything into Neo, tripled it from there. Putting everything into the other thing 5 times. Like, it's that type of strategy. If I mean, it may not be super sustainable, but like
yeah, it's
that'll
not
get you the.
because that that's kind of like gambling, right? Because yeah, it could go
Well,
up and triple your
nigga,
money at the
every
same time.
life is a
It could
gamble.
collapse.
How much?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh, okay. I'm telling you, like I said, it's not super sustainable to keep leapfrogging, right? But eventually, you're gonna hit the unicorn, and I'm telling you right now, I believe in my heart, I hit the unicorn. It already 5x for me, right?
Uh-huh.
I feel like if I hold this motherfucker, it's gonna from here it's gonna 20x, and that's what I've been waiting for.
Is that the dam? Is that why you said dam before, or is that for another reason?
No, that's a part of it. I'll say.
Okay.
I'll tell you the
All
rest.
right.
I'll tell you the rest off stream.
All right.
I'll tell you the rest off stream. But like, yeah, that's part of it. The fact that it 5x, and not only that, the news that's coming out for this, like, you got to get excited. Like, I'm not the type of, you know me, I'm not the type of motherfucker to get excited. I'm just not. Generally, right? But this shit got me excited because this shit could 20x, and the 20x I get from that, let's say 20x is 20,000, right?
Uh-huh.
That 20,000, I'll put it into another stock that is decent, and that could 3x my shit. That's 60 grand. Okay, I take that 60 grand, I'll split it into 2 stocks, 30 and 30. One doubles, one 4x's, right? So the double is 60, the 4x is 120. That's 180. Like, I'm okay with waiting for it. I'm okay with not knowing where it is now. But I truly believe that I'm at the starting point of something like that where I could turn, 10,000 into more.
Okay. So since this is a starting point, right? Again, like it's not sustainable, but I would say if you got a return that was, for your example, 20,000, I'd say take 10 out and then put 10 or 5 into one or two things that you're talking about, and then see where it goes from there. So you at least have the 10 that you have to sit back on, and you have 10 to invest.
Now, when you say sit back on, you mean like take it out of the stock market?
Yeah.
No, I'm never doing that. And I'll tell you why. Because
Okay.
I've realized that this is how the rich motherfuckers get richer. Like, this is no joke. I've been, for a whole year, I've had the time to study because of the fucking virus shit. I've been able to study. I was teaching at night. So, like, during the day, I'm watching motherfuckers, what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're thinking, how much they're making. Every time I see people making, oh, look at, they're posting screenshots. Look, I made 20,000. All this shit made me, got me in the 6-figure lands. Damn, I'm a millionaire now. Like, that shit is real. And every time I saw it, I'm like, damn, if only I had the money to get in. Oh, man, I wish I could have got in. Oh, man. Like, how did they figure it out? So, time, like, they say you're the result or something. You're the something of the 5 people you hang out with most, right? So
Yeah.
I even though I wasn't around them, I was seeing that constantly. So I was as close to them as I could be through technology. And I was like, damn, I want that. I want that. How they do that? What stocks are they into? What other stocks are they into? You know, where did they possibly get that idea from? And like that helped me believe in my abilities. You know, like that shit is real. That shit is powerful. And I challenge you, like, to spend more time, you know, looking into shit. If if you're social a little bit, or if you like to do text messaging, whatever, join the subreddits and, start some threads or comments, ask questions, because, man, I think I could do it. I
I
got
think
no
you say so,
reason,
bro.
huh?
I think you can do, bro.
Yeah, I think so. And like, I think you can do it. I think anybody could do it. They just got to spend enough time wanting it. They got to spend enough time thinking about it. They got to spend enough time making good decisions and not listening to every motherfucker. Like the stocks that I chose, obviously, I'm watching videos and doing research and shit. So like, part of it is based on the excitement of others, but it's also a feeling that you get at some point. You're like, okay, I'll do it. Fuck it. Everything I've ever done, like I got to the point where I'm like, okay, cool, fuck it. Maybe influenced by other people, but like AMC is not the way, because like I never got to that point. I got to the fuck it, I'll do it, but it was more of like a nervous feeling. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a good, like I didn't feel positive about it. I felt like, okay, I'm about to do a lotto play real quick. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever done this, but I've seen people like jump over buildings. Like, jump between, if a building's close enough, you make the jump. It's not super far, but the fall is super hard.
Yeah.
Even though it could be super safe, where I'm looking at like, I know I can make that jump, but like, I'm not trying to jump over. It's that type of feeling where you like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll jump over. It's not a large gap. That's how I felt investing in AMC. But every other stock where I've done well, I felt like, yeah, like this is good. Like I feel good about it. I believe in the company. I believe in their future. I believe that they're innovating. See, that's the key. If I could give you one tip, look for innovation. Look for rapid growth. AMC, as much as I love it, it doesn't have that feeling to me. Like they're not doing some VR shit where it's like, yeah, now, we got VR in every theaters. We got some hook you up to some fucking pulse sensors, and it'll be an experience unlike ever. You know what I mean? When they having sex on the screen, they put like a pillow on your dick or some shit and get you hard. And like where it's like a full sensual experience. They're not doing anything like that. They're not making any progress. If anything, they're losing traction, because like I watched a movie yesterday that just came out. It's on HBO Max. I got HBO Max, and it's like, although it wasn't on the big screen, it was super clear because I'm watching on my super clear TV, and it was comfy because I was in the bed. Like, it was, to me, it was comfy. I didn't mind that. So the more and more companies like Disney's doing that shit, HBO Max is doing that shit, Netflix, obviously, all of their movies are doing that shit. The more and more that happens, the less and less people are gonna go to the fucking movies, dude. So, what future is there really in AMC?
I mean, they can start putting precautions where the seats are farther apart. They could, I heard some things that they might be doing some esports shit. They might have some shit for like gamers to watch or gamers to be gaming on like big screen. Who knows? All right, it's just like it's little things, right? I'm gonna give it to like that in a month, maybe a little bit after, see what the news is and everything, right? And then I'll make my decision then. But as of now, I'm gonna just be holding a little bit because I ain't no paper hand bitch. But at the same time,
Huh.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say that don't, like, if you make a little bit, because like I told you before, I've been doing like forex and little shit, and I've made a good amount of money before. And then because I kept all that shit in the account, I've been on streaks before. I was like, oh shit, this is fucking easy. I'm making money really easy. And I have
How
had
much
moments. What you mean? How much? What?
have you made?
In what time frame? Like, what do you mean? Like a day, a
Whatever
week?
time frame you're thinking, you said significant amount. I don't care what the time
Yeah, all
frame is.
right.
How
So,
much have you
so
had?
I mean, like what, like 400 or 500 in a day before, and I got a little cocky, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just do whatever, fucking fuck it, and then that shit just like wiped all my gains for the day. So
Uh,
I'm just saying, when you get into some shit, don't get cocky with it. That's all I'm saying. Don't be
are
like,
you teaching
oh,
me?
I got this back. Yeah, I'm teaching you.
All right, all right. How much have I made in a day? What do you think the most I made in a day is?
I don't know how much you're investing, so I wouldn't be able to get
Ask.
right.
It don't matter. Just assume, because you know enough to know that you could teach me, right? How
Uh-huh.
much have I made in a day? Just guess.
All right, let's say
What's the most?
like 1,000.
More.
It's like 5,000.
More.
10,000. I
More.
like 20,000.
Close. A little lower.
30.
19.
All right. All
19.
right. So just because you put more in there doesn't mean you know more. Just like I
Nah.
could be a fucking
No,
rich
I
nigga
didn't.
with money in
Bro,
there.
here, listen
What?
to this. 14, right? Let's say
Uh-huh.
14. I lost all of it. Every last gain from that was gone. And I left it in there. And you know what happened?
What?
3 months later, I got it all back. Like, it's one of those things where, like, see the losses now in AMC. It's like you're losing that now, right? You're losing that much. Had I had that much invested into AMC, I would have lost that much already. So you have to rely on, at that point, you have to rely on how much you really believe in the company. And that's when I had the realization, like, I don't believe that the company is going to improve significantly. I don't believe that this is organic growth. I don't believe that it's going to have more investors after this movement has died down. Obviously, every company has more investors, but like on the scale that we're at now, never, never, never again. So you call me a paper hand bitch, but like when I lost that significant amount, right, got it all back, uh, and and I had no doubt in my fucking mind, like zero. It's crazy. It sounds crazy, but like I had zero doubt that I was gonna get it back. Did it feel good to see it go from, from plus 14 to zero? And it wasn't like 14. Um, it wasn't like 14 in a second. It was like throughout the day. So I was like, oh, more, more, and more, and more. It's just like how GameStop happened. But these people are making millions of fucking dollars, and then it's gone instantly. It's like they're not telling you that shit hurts. You know what I mean? Like what they're saying
Yeah.
is, man, I'm still holding. I'm diamond hands. But what they're really saying is, I'm hurt right now. And if when you're hurt, all you could do is show people the wound, that makes you a bitch, I feel like. All that
Well,
love
I
porn
don't think
shit.
it's really hurting them because that falls back on my other point with people saying if you don't have the money to invest, don't put it in there. And I'm pretty sure these people who are putting in 50,000, 100,000, who have no problem losing that money, have no problem losing that money.
Listen, I'll tell you
They don't
another
give a
story. I
fuck.
made
They
a
lose
hundred
that shit.
thousand in a day. I made 100,000 in a day. Right?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm capping. Listen,
Oh, I
but
said.
nah, it's funny because you thought I bought $8,000 glasses. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know you made a $14,000 gain, and who knows, you might have had the money to fucking
I
buy a
mean, for
fucking
all you know, I
$6,000.
didn't make that. That's an example. I may have made it. I may have not made it. You will never know how much I made in the stock market.
All right, so you may have made it. You may have not made it. All right, so you may have bought those glasses, and you may have not have bought those glasses, which is why I thought you
But
did.
all right, so
Okay.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if I made, let's say hypothetically, right? I don't know how much you believe that story, the first one, but like, let's say I really did make 14,000. Like, why would you think that I would take that out for? And I'll tell you right now, I'm never taking out any money from the stock market unless I'm using it to pay for shit like bills. Other than that, here's what I'm doing. Like, no joke. I'm putting everything into the stock market. I'm planning out my month. Okay, this is how much I'm likely to spend. This is how much I'm paying on cars. This is how much I'm paying on this and that and that. Everything else is going into the stock market. So there's no way in hell I'm buying anything significant. If I buy something significant, it'll be on layaway, like not on layaway, but like on a payment plan to where I'm
All right,
paying
what?
like $50 to $100 a month, and I'll factor that into my budgeting for next month.
All right, but just because you made that money in the stock market doesn't mean you're using that money in the stock market. You could have $8,000 on hand and only $10,000 in your bank account, right? All right, that would hurt a little bit, but if you have
Bro, I don't even have
10,000 in your
300
bank
in my bank
account,
account.
well, just listen. I'm just using that as an example. If you had
Okay.
10,000 in your bank account and you had the 8,000, and you got the $8,000 glasses, and you just have 14,000 in your stock account, it doesn't hurt that much. Not as much. It still hurts a little bit. It's still a decent amount that you take it out. It's a stupid purchase, but I'm just saying, for an example, it wouldn't hurt as much. So it's
You're saying
not
it wouldn't hurt
impossible
as
to
much.
assume. What?
But you didn't. But we never talked about how much I made.
Nigga, I'm
You
using the
just assumed
example.
that off riff, off a rip.
I'm making an example. I'm not assuming how much you made. I'm just saying for that example about you buying the $8,000 glasses because you were like, I wouldn't take money out except for bills. So I'm saying you wouldn't need to take money out to get the $8,000 glasses because it wouldn't hurt you as much because you're already making enough in the stock. Is what I was saying.
I still don't get it because like what I make in the stock
All right.
market is still in the stock market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in the stock market, but it's in your gains. Like you have that in your game. You can take that out at any moment. You can be like, okay, I'm gonna fucking buy this shit. Okay, take it out. But you already have the 8,000 in your from the 10,000 you have in your bank account. So it would not hurt as much. You have
Oh,
24,000 instead of just the 10,000, and then buying the 8,000
okay,
glasses. Yeah,
okay, I
that's
got
what I
it.
was
I'm telling you right now, I have $300 money. Like I got the same amount
saying.
in my bank account as I've always had. You know, like I nothing has changed in my life
I
at
know, but I
all
was just using that for an example. You don't
regarding
have to get into
finances.
detail.
I'll say regarding finances, nothing has changed in my life. There are other changes in my life, but like regarding finances, I'll tell you what I tell everybody else. The stock market for me is fake money. Like to me, even if I gain, let's say I gain 10,000 in a day, right? How much would that mean to me normally? Like if someone handed me $10,000 and said, "Bro, you know what? You deserve this." I don't know. You know them niggas, yo, God bless you, my nigga. You gonna whatever. Like one of those niggas. But he gives me
Yeah.
10,000. Bro, my heart would be beating. I'd be sweating. I'd be looking around like, yo, is this punked? I'd be looking at the money like, yo, I'll be hiding it at the same time. I gotta find somewhere where I could look at this shit for real. Like, is this nigga playing with me? Yo, I might call off for work. Yo, I'll be so excited. I might call for work. I'll be like, yo, I feel sick. My nigga, I'm out here. Like, it's weird because like when it's outside of the market, like when it's in your account or when it's in your hands, that shit makes it so much realer. And I feel like that may be the reason why rappers show that shit off so much because like it feels so much better in your hand. When I had
Well, yeah.
$600 in French money or in European money when I went to France, I was like, damn, I don't think I ever had $600 in my hand before. So like that shit is real to me. But in the stock market, that shit is never real to me. Like no matter what I gain, it's never real to me. I see it, but it's never real to me. And it's hard. I don't know if most people feel that way. It's real to it felt real to me when I first started. I don't know if you remember, but like I had Tesla at 1,000. I had two Teslas at around 1,000. It kept hitting 1,000 and going down. That was like the resistance they call it. So what my girlfriend was doing and what I try to do is try to time it where like it hits around that resistance and I sell. So it hit 1,004 or something. I sold both. It never went back to 1,002 again. It went up to 1,700. It may have stumbled along the way, like 1716 or 1311, but it never went back down to that 1,000 again. And it went up to 1,700 plus before I got back in. And it was hard to sit with myself and think like, damn, I missed $1,400. Like, I felt so stupid. I felt so dumb. I felt sad. Like, I felt angry. There's so many emotions, right? But
Yeah.
then I felt like a dummy buying back even higher. I'm like, well, now I can only get one. You know what I mean? Like, I had to. And I could have had more money, but like now I can only buy one. It's like, damn, what am I doing? Like, this ain't for me. Like, I had that feeling like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just sitting here being dumb. But I decided, you know what? I'm a retard. Just like the AMC motherfucker. I'm an autist. You know? And I got in and it wound up working out for me a little bit. But I don't know where I initially started off down this. I don't know why I started saying it like this, but what were we talking about before this? I totally forgot.
We were talking about the money not being real in the stock
Oh,
market.
okay. Okay. So initially the losses felt real. The gains always felt like, that's nice, but I'm over it. Now even the losses to me don't feel significant. Like, I lost 60% in AMC. And I didn't feel sad, I didn't feel angry. What I felt like was I have a goal. And I legit have a goal for the year. Like, this is how much money I want to make in the stock market. Let's say it's $10,000, right? And let's say I lost 1,500 in AMC. That's taking me further away from my goal. In the beginning of the year, like, I was getting, let's say, towards the 500 goal, 200, right? 200 a week. It's like, okay, well, if I continue down this trajectory, I'm gonna easily hit that amount. I'm gonna hit that 10,000. But I got AMC in the mix, and it's continually fucking me over. So I made like a more of a Spock decision, where it wasn't really emotional. It was more like I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, yeah, I have this goal. Like, what are you doing? Like, you need to readjust. And I've been doing that every Sunday, like readjusting. Okay, what's my plan for Monday? If I gain $100 in this stock and I lose 100 in this stock, will that change anything? I'll take 200 out of this stock and put it into this stock because it's more likely to grow. Like, I do that every Sunday because I want to hit that $10,000 goal. Right. So AMC was holding me back. So I had to make the decision, paper handed bitch that I am. Like, this is not going to help me hit that 10,000. Like, it's just not. It's going to fuck me up and care about it. So,
all right. So
I feel like to be more successful. Yeah.
Now go ahead.
To be more successful, you gotta be. I follow this guy called Dead Inside. You gotta be dead inside. Like, you gotta feel like this shit ain't real. It's fake money. It's not in my bank account, so I don't really have access to it right now. Like, if a nigga put a gun in my head and say, "Yo, bro, give me $1,000 right now, I'll fucking kill you," I'll be dead. I cannot hand him no card that gives him $1,000 at all. Can't rob my bank account, like nothing. I could give him my card, like, yo, take the card. I don't want that card, bitch. Give me the money. I'm dead. You know, like that'll be the end of my life right there. So it's really not real. If you need it in a pinch, like if something go down and you need that right now, you do not have access to it. I do not have access to that money, so it's really not real. You would be more successful if you could be less emotional, and that counts for both positive and negative. The negative shit obviously is gonna hurt the most. It's gonna be the strongest, but that positive shit too. It's like, realistically, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I told you I feel like I found the unicorn. I feel like I found that stock that's gonna 10x from this point, 20x from this point, but I don't fucking know. That you got to tone that down every so often too. You got to move on to the next thought. You feel like, damn, AMC is gonna rebound. Like, oh yeah, I'm diamond hit. Like, don't get caught up in that positive emotion. Although it may be weaker than losing, it's not real. I'll say that. It ain't real.
I think that was a good informational way of thinking. And before we end the episode, because we're almost to an hour, I'm gonna end it with one more question. So,
bro, we only spoke about one thing. See, like,
yeah, that's the funny part. We have a theme of our episode. We spoke about almost an hour over one topic. Usually we have different topics. Now we have one topic. Okay. We go about what just like Joe Rogan, he'd be like, okay, if this is interesting, we talk about it, and when we're done, we're done. So this is what we're doing. But
All right,
for the
you're the
last question,
boss.
you was like about AMC. All right, boss. He was like if you have a goal, an end goal to it, and you have a certain amount in AMC, that's not helping you get to your goal, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
All right. So if you had less in AMC, would you still be holding out? Like, let's say you put in $100 for the sake of argument. Let's say you just put $100 in AMC. Would it really? Would it deter your end goal? Like, would it affect your end goal in any way, shape, or form if you were to just lose $100?
Yeah, because that's 1% of my goal. 1%
Okay,
of
so
1,000 is $100. So like 1% adds up. If I make 1% a week at the end of the year, that's 52%.
yeah, but it's a lot easier to get back 1% than it is 10%. Like I could
That's
go
true.
walk down the street and find $1. I won't walk down the street and find $100 or $10 on the floor. If somebody like people don't really care about it's just $1 over like, oh shit, I lost $100 on the floor. Like it's different. So I think personally, I think you would still be diamond hands if you would invested a little bit less. But that's just my personal
You
opinion.
you may be right, but now in the context of this conversation, you will be wrong. Like
I
in real
yeah,
life, my real goal is a little different. I adjusted it.
yeah, I understand your perspective, so I don't know exactly what your plan is. So maybe it would affect it, but I'm just saying, like, maybe if you had a little bit less,
All
you
right,
would
so
have been able
you
to
want to hear my
think that.
goal? Should I
All
say
right,
it
sure.
on the podcast or should I say it after?
Listen, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Bro,
You're the
what do you
co-host.
think? You know, but you're the host. See, the co-host is
All right.
like it's the hoe, pretty much.
uh, let's save it for after the podcast.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, you got anything else to bring up about your stocks before we end it?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, so here's what I was holding back: the names of the stocks. So like, I feel like obviously we don't have any listeners, but I've been listening to YouTubers for so long. Say like, this is not financial advice. I do not want to tell you to buy it. And I feel like they give a more thorough explanation of why the stocks are great versus what I would say in a podcast. So like, I'm gonna give you the plays right now. So the ticker symbols BNGO. That's the first one. Bionanogenomics. That's the one that more than 5x for me. I feel like it's gonna 10 to 20x from here at the very least. By the end of the year, if it don't hit a 10x, something went wrong. But I feel like it's such a good company. BNGO is gonna make me personally enough money to where I'm like, okay, this is nice. This was a great decision. Right?
And what is that? What is that founded on? Why do
Well,
you think that that's go up?
all right. So like I said, I won't give as a thorough an explanation
Yeah,
as
don't give
YouTubers
away
because
all.
I'm not sitting in front of people, but like this is based on everything I'm listening to, everything I've learned. Right here's what I feel like is the reason why it's a unicorn. They have a genome mapping machine and software called Sapphire. Right, so this Sapphire system can detect variants and mutations in a way in which not possible before. And that's for cancer, that's for other diseases and, whatever viruses.
Yeah.
And because it's so efficient, it's going to change the way genome sequencing or mapping has been done. It's opening doors that were never thought of being opened before. And I heard something so crazy, and Tara and I laughed about this shit because like the news sounded so crazy. We're like, why didn't the stock jump up 20% or 50%? Here's what came out not too long ago. I watched in a video. There was some article released by some doctor at some esteemed hospital. He said that the mapping done by Bingo's Sapphire system it was paired with something else, right? I forgot what the fuck the other thing was, but the mapping saw the cancer genes, and this other thing was able to turn it off. So the way it was said was like these two systems paired were able to turn cancer cells on and off like a fucking light switch. Imagine you're just starting to get some cancer cells and you could just flip them off. Nigga, that shit is revolutionary. That shit is like one step to ending cancer. Like I was like, what the fuck? Did I hear this wrong? And I'm hearing other people say it. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way the news is this big. But let's say it's not. Prior to that, there's just been so many different doctors saying, like, this shit is real. This shit can really detect shit that no other system, no other software, no other hardware can detect. Not only that, it's cheaper than a lot of other systems that are currently super popular. It gives you results faster than other systems that are super popular. Like, this shit is fucking great. So I'm listening to all this and I'm like, I struck gold. Like, imagine the first motherfucker who found gold and he showed it to everybody and they're like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, bro, I don't know. This shit is good. Did you say gold? You know, nigga stuttering. So that's how the name gold came up probably. But like, niggas didn't know, like, this is going to be the hottest shit out here. I feel like that's what I got. Like, niggas don't hear cancer cells on and off like a light switch. Now, the system isn't doing it by itself, but it's allowing it to be done. Why the fuck is this not 10x by now? Like, right after that, man, I feel like I got something that people are sleeping on right now. And that's why I'm 100% in.
Well, hopefully we can start a little pump and dump like Wall Street did. I saw the highs like while you were talking. I was looking at it. It's highs 13 right now. It's at 11.05. So I might be investing in it. See if it will reach those highs again. Maybe even bust even higher. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. But, so not only are we not there yet in terms of like the potential of this company, it's like I'm already imagining hitting my goals with this. So like everything is pure fantasy right now, right? It can be proven later, like, no, this is not true. But like I just feel like you have to have the conviction now when you get started to know that I will hit that $10,000 goal. Like there's no fucking way in hell I'm not hitting that $10,000. It's impossible. If you don't feel that way about AMC, GME, Nokia, BlackBerry, all these other pump stocks, get the fuck out of them. Be a paper-handed bitch, but get that $10,000. Now I'm gonna give you one more play. If we got time, you tell me, maybe we could do one stock a day type of shit.
I don't want to give away all the secrets. If you got sauce, nigga, you gotta be sharing it. Not yet.
That's the sauce. I'm gonna give it to you off air.
Yeah. We'll do like one stock a week, so we'll provide a little bit of value on top of the stuff we talk about.
All right, cool.
All right, so here's my brother providing some great information. I think that was a great episode. We can't wait to talk to you guys next week. We're going to be shooting on a platform called Stereo. We're going to be having some avatars, a little more interesting than the shit we got now. Maybe looking into some other upgrades for the channel. Got my hands on a lot of stuff right now, but we'll see in the next episode next week. So we'll see you later with another episode of Ponder with Sonder. Deuces.